Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a discussion video when I cannot believe I've not filmed one of these in such a long time, considering they're easily my favorite videos to plan out, they're easily my favorite videos to film and discuss afterwards. But I'm going to be talking about something I've been meaning to talk about ever since I posted my first video, not even on this channel, on my one before this, and that is the idea of BookTube, well not even necessarily BookTube, but just our YouTube personalities versus our personalities in real life, and I put that in heavy quotations for a reason. So as I said, this is something I've been thinking about for a long time, but it really started when I saw a video from a YouTuber named Anne Renee Burton. Hopefully I'm not remembering the video entirely wrong, but I believe she said she had a friend come up to her who had seen some of her videos, and he didn't mean this in a negative way, but he just said, "Oh, well, I liked your videos, but I mean, that's not how you are in real life. You don't talk about those topics with me. You don't have all of these opinions in real life." And then another similar instance or story that I heard recently was I met Chauncey Boddington, who is absolutely lovely. And she's, I believe, the third booktuber I've met. I've met Les of Get Bookish, Pip of Pippity Bop, and then now Chauncey. And I think one conversation that inevitably comes up when two YouTubers meet is, "Oh, am I coming across the same as I do in my videos? Am I how you thought I was going to be?" And she mentioned a similar situation to what Anne Renee Burton did, which was she had, I think it was a family member say, "Oh, well, you're more reserved around me. You know, you and your videos, that's not how you really are." And as a side note, Chauncey was exactly how she was in her videos as she was around me. So both of these are related to my first point, which is that our YouTube selves, how we come across in the camera, could be a better representation of who we truly are than how we come across in our day-to-day lives, whether it be to our friends, to our family, to one person. Whether making videos is just simply giving us the opportunity to talk about one little topic that's incredibly important to us, but we just don't get the chance to day to day, or maybe we're just more comfortable in front of the camera than we are around certain people. Because I know as YouTubers, and I know I've said this before, and I see people have this as like their Twitter logo, so many people, where they say like, "Oh, I'm the weirdo who sits in front of a camera alone in my room and talks to myself." Because as strange as doing, you know, this might be, some people might be more comfortable in this situation than they are off of the camera. I just think it's fascinating that I and lots of other booktubers and YouTubers can sit down in front of the camera and make that conscious effort to be ourselves, to be authentic, and do the same off the camera, and inevitably be completely different people at times. And I should point out, I'm not talking about any of the 4 booktubers, I think, no, 3 booktubers that I said I've mentioned I've met. All of them were really, really similar to how they were in their videos. Now, a lot of my friends do know about my YouTube channel, and I haven't really had any reactions in terms of, "Oh, you seem quite different." I think that's possibly just due to the fact that a lot of my friends don't watch them at all whatsoever. But I do have one friend I made here who reads a lot, who then therefore ended up watching my videos sometimes. His name is James, and as a side note, he reads a lot of books that I think you guys in particular would be really interested in. I'll like do a little awkward photo of him here. I think he'll probably watch this, and then he'll inevitably, after I say this, read the comments, but urge him to make a YouTube channel. Just say, "James, fucking do it." Because as much as he might act like he doesn't want to, deep down, I can tell he does, and he just needs that push. But anyway, he had just made the comment that I think, what did he say? He said that I think essentially a little bit more put together, a bit more maybe reserved in my videos, which makes sense. So that's the end of the first point, and I would love to hear specifically from fellow, not just booktubers, from fellow YouTubers, if you've had situations where people have said you're different in real life from how in your videos and how they've reacted, and whether or not you have an opinion for which is a more accurate representation of yourself, you on the camera or you off. So now I'm going to go on the complete other side of the spectrum and talk about people who make that semi to fully, possibly conscious effort once they hit record to change their personality and act very differently from how they feel they naturally are. So I will fully admit, I'm asking you guys to discuss, so I need to be honest here as well. If I have clicked on channels in the past and I felt that a personality was really forced, whether it be that I thought, I hate using phrases like whether someone was trying to be cool, but or maybe whether someone was just being over the top. If it's felt forced to me and I felt like someone was just playing up something for the camera, I'll admit that in the past that's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But the more I think about it, that's a pretty arrogant mindset for me to have, to think that I can be the judge of how someone is in real life and whether or not they're being fake and putting on a front based off of 20 seconds of their video. Like I said, right now I am talking about people who do kind of intentionally act different in front of the camera. But the more I've thought about it, although for me filming videos and acting in a certain way isn't what makes this fun for me, there could be people who the actual aspect of filming the video, of acting in a certain way, of being creative, maybe dialing down or dialing up a certain aspect of their personality is a huge part of what makes this fun, and there's really nothing wrong with that. The only case I can think where this would be negative is if someone isn't acting a certain way because that's fun and creative for them, but if it's solely because they think that's what's drawing in subscribers. But say for instance there's a movie reviewer and he realizes that if he acts a certain way in front of the camera, it really draws subscribers in, and it's not a fun way for him to act, it's not like natural for him. But say he's doing it and forcing it only because he knows it would draw subscribers in. In that case, is he even in the wrong? Because if the message of what he's trying to have come across is still the same, is it even slightly ethically or morally wrong for him to be acting differently? This is something that I don't even know the answer to. This is just one of those things that's probably not that interesting to anybody else, but I just like to overthink. But obviously this is a discussion video, so the most important thing is I want to hear from you guys, especially maybe if you're YouTubers and how you've come across to other people, what you think is your true self, or if you don't make YouTube videos, is it remotely important to you if someone's acting authentic in their videos, or is it just important that it's entertaining? So I know this video wasn't book related, but I hope you guys still enjoyed it. I do have on the front of my main page, I separate all the different types of videos I make, so you can go to the ones where it's just discussion videos if you want to see my ones in the past. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.